culture is not ahead of the church on this issue. Culture can't be ahead of the church on this issue because culture doesn't operate out of a paradigm of sin and brokenness present in the world and God's restorative, reconciling purposes for his people. And so while in some ways we see manifestations of, it's more of a social progressivism thing that's at work in culture, and that's not what we're called to as believers. We're called towards embodying the reconciling work of God within this conversation specifically as it relates to men and women, as co-laborers and partners and as leaders. And I just wonder how different the conversations that we have in our churches would be if we began with, in what ways is sin, the unreconciliation between men and women, what ways is that present in our church? And how might Jesus want to lead us into a flourishing of new life where we actually are modeling to the world God's intended shalom as it ought to exist as embodied between the ways in which men and women relate to one another and lead together?